a woman who is 65 years old, married at the age of 30, right, and is divorcing after 35 years in marriage, what exactly is she looking for? So that's the question today. Is she looking for happiness? Can she still find happiness? Can she remarry at that age? Can she still find fulfillment? That's the conversation, because
maybe she has fallen in love with somebody else.
Why does it have to be love?
Can you fall in love at 65?
Why is it that she's leaving one for another? Why? Because with the example you've given, she's probably just wanting peace of mind. This marriage thing takes courage, and leaving it is a courageous thing also. It's one you choose. It takes courage to stay. It takes courage to leave.
Corey Michael said here that's why Man City has been doing badly.
Let me take Osas. He's been holding for a while. Good morning, Osas. Thanks for calling. You're live.
Morning, Miriam. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Well, I really appreciate your taking this topic. No, we have all deviated from the purpose. Hello, can you hear me?
It's breaking, but try. Go ahead.
We have all deviated from the purpose why marriage is established. I don't want to particular religion now, but every religion will ever.
Osas, we couldn't hear you. I'm so sorry. The network was really poor.
We should talk about why marriage is established. What is the purpose of marriage itself?
That is and multiply. Right? That's what the only thing.
I love that question, because the reason we marry, I think, this part of the world is to procreate, which should not be the case. Yes, you will procreate, but it must not be the main reason for getting married. First of all, I love my man. That is why I'm marrying this man. It's because I love him. I can't live without him. He too, he loves her. He can't live without her. The children will come later. I mean, you will see a couple, they get married today. By the end of the year, their baby is 3 months old. They have not gotten to know each other. They've not gotten to enjoy themselves. So what happens is then...
that's one side. That's one perspective. Another person can be looking for just an arranged marriage. Just find me somebody who can take care of me. I want security. I'm not in the lovey-dovey mood. I just want where I can be secured, provided for. My kids can be cared for. My family can be cared for. I am there. I find provision and I'm okay. They don't need that. So it depends on what you're looking for. But my question is, even if that's the choice you made to be in an arranged marriage, at some point where you just feel, is a woman allowed to say, okay, I've done 35 years. And I just want my peace of mind. And I just want to be alone. Will society still regard that woman that says, I'm just done. I'm not trying to go to somebody else's husband. I'm not trying to go and meet somebody's boyfriend. I just want to be alone and be respected for my decision.
I think it's
the society will still not allow you, because they are still the same people that will still be talking. They will make you feel bad about that decision. That single decision of trying to be alone.
We're focused on you, what you want. And I think it's commendable. If you think at this point you just need peace of mind. So I saw a write-up, although they are white people, so maybe that's the way white people think, of 2 women who left their marriages and they were in primary school together, secondary school together. They found each other that they were both divorced, and they bought a home where they will age together. That you will be my companion. Yeah, you go and buy pepper. You go and buy, and that they will age together in that home. They contributed together. I was like, that old driver, So is that not covering for the company? So somebody can actually say, I want peace of mind, and it will be valid. What is not allowed, like Ramatu said, is that you're now just the free wild horse.
A free agent being tested and tried. Let me take Akonde. Thanks for calling, Akonde. We'll be wrapping up on this conversation very soon. Good morning, Akonde.
Good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay. It's Morayo. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
I kind of appreciate this program you people are doing.
Kind of, okay.
Because, one, when we were in school, I'm 18 years old. I'm 18 years man.
You're 18 years old?
School, yes. When we were in school, they do come from CVC. There was one time CVC came. So they were telling us about period and stuff. So they do give us about that knowledge. Maybe your sister might be in period, something like that. So we have knowledge about those stuff. This marriage of a thing, please let them try and be taking it to school, so that maybe at some point in life they can understand it. We are here talking about peace of mind. Some want to divorce because of peace of mind. Some want to divorce because of their family issue or something, I don't know. There's someone that they called Kaka. Kaka was perfect. He was a footballer. My role model. He was perfect. He was kind. He was lovely. They even call him Omo Pastor in Chief because he doesn't smoke. He doesn't drink. After 15 years of marriage, the wife actually broke up or divorced because of he was too perfect. What will we say about that one? Someone was too perfect because of you. Then why do you marry him? This thing is mental health. Me now, I'm afraid to marry. I'm afraid to marry because how will I give you everything? After these years, we have had things together. We love ourselves. We are doing everything together. I've given you everything. My peace of mind, my everything. Now you are telling me you want to divorce. What about my own state? Do you care about my own state? Please, this thing is not all over the world.
All right,
that do happen.
thank you. You see, there's something called that. There's a saying. Thank you very much for that. Because it takes me to a different side of the conversation. You know, if both of us fall in love, I fall in love with Nima, and we agree and we have children together, and maybe 20 years down the line, I feel like the love has waned. I don't love you anymore, and I just don't want to be there anymore. You're too perfect for me. I don't want you anymore. Can't I just leave?
Why don't we think of
So why must society force me to be patient, to make it work, to
Why do you
fix
leave a
it?
good
Why
thing?
must I just stay there?
Why do you leave a good thing?
Why? What's the so it's a good thing to you, but I just don't want that good thing anymore.
Is your
I want
guilty
to
conscience. The mind will not touch Grant. That's Kaka wife something that he said. It's your guilty conscience. Because some men are doing everything by the books, and you have a woman who just wants to continue to eat her cake, have it, live life, and then at some point,
She's a grown
her
adult. She
guilty
wants to,
conscience,
and she wants to.
her guilty conscience will not let her
Guilty
rest.
conscience.
Why do you leave something that is working? What is a marriage without a man that is committed, respectful, that is kind, that is generous? What is a marriage without that kind of thing? For a woman, I don't understand. That you say somebody is too good, that you want to live there.
So what if somebody
you want
just
them to be crazy?
okay, Ramatu, let me come to what if somebody doesn't want to get married? But because society wants you to get married, you don't like this marriage idea. But mom, see everybody saying your brothers are married or your sisters have married. Let me just marry. I met this guy. And we do the thing. So we get married, we have 2 lovely children, we're happy, everybody loves us, we're happy, the church likes us, everybody. After a while, I'm like, okay, now the kids are growing. Thank you very much for this arrangement. I was never really into this stuff in the first place. I gotta go, thank you. Bye.
Use and done.
And I'm done because you've used me because you wanted to have a wife. Me, I used you because my parents wanted me to marry. We've used each other to the point where I used it. And I want to leave. Why are we making it an issue? Why society forces me to stay?
Okay, so but the thing is, the marriage is not about just one person. It's about the 2 of you. You can't just decide and say this is okay. At some point, if you are going to change your mind in the middle part of the marriage, what about the other person? That's one thing. That's why we just have to make sacrifice and be patient so that we'll be able to live together and cohabit. Most times it's the conflict that makes us to feel like, we need to leave this marriage and all of that. I think we should start teaching people how to manage conflicts when they come up in marriages, so that when we get into marriage, we'll know how to handle ourselves so that we'll avoid divorce.
Let's take a few comments on social media. We're going to wrap it up very soon.
Hafsa A cases at YK, not always about someone else. Someone like me enjoys my company, so that it's, if not for fulfillment of destiny, maybe it's not for no marry safe. Uzo Blessing says marriage can also be a form of alliance. Niger Cruz says Atieni Kuti, kudos to your mom. She was a very tolerant woman. I witnessed it firsthand at J.K. Brahman's house on Atinuke Olabanji. She will never leave her apartment for Felazo, no matter what.
Stella Chukudi says, I'm presently in such a situation of being in a troubled marriage, but making sacrifice because of the children and financial incapacity for almost 35 years.
Wow. Bilikis Morenike says, Mafe says, I don't get why it's assumed a woman who divorces wants to remarry. You have no idea what trauma she's been through. She may just want to be by herself.
Exactly. You know, and again, people get into marriage for different reasons, you know, and the truth is that when they finally decide to leave, I think society must, divorce, in my own religion, divorce is definitely not something you consider. It's not encouraged, although people do get divorced, but it's not encouraged at all because God hates divorce. However, the reality of today is that there are people that have gotten into that union in the first place on wrong terms. And there's no way when you get into that kind of union, when the foundation is not solid, at some point it's going to crack. So these cracks are what people are seeing, where they're saying, you know what, I'm done, 20 years, 30 years, let me stay there for my children, and after that, I'll leave. And I think it's heartbreaking to see a whole 30 years gone, but I think it's also not totally gone. I think that 30 years is a value that have raised or produced X amount of
I
children.
think they had 3 or 4 kids.
Yeah, so I think it is value. We shouldn't look at it as she lost 30 years. But now you can actually become a better person after divorce. But I think it was just worth talking about, just remind ourselves that people will take adult decisions and we should just understand that people are different. That's all we can take on this segment. When we come back, we'll take on the next topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.